Hello and welcome to ChinnyVision 2, the incredibly professional sister channel to ChinnyVision that has its own titles. Look, here they are. Yeah, that's OBS. Anyway, I've got a treat for you today. I was on one of the Amstrad sites a while back and I found this, the Amstrad 1986 Corporate Brochure. And we're going to take this full screen. There we go. Here, nice picture of a globe with a small Amstrad logo on top. I'll put a link to the site and a credit to them in the description below, because frankly I can't remember the name of it. But look, there's a picture of Alan Sugar against what you think is a giant black background where Alan has gone, I want value for money from the printers, so I'm just going to print black across 2 pages so I get my value for the ink. But no, actually, if you squint at the left-hand side, you can see there's a CPC 6128 there. And because I imagine 1985 projectors weren't very good, or 86, it's not showing up very well on the photograph, just meaning Alan looks like he's standing there in a void. The Amstrad philosophy is simple and straightforward. Our business is devoted to producing mass-market products, be they for the domestic consumer or the business user. It is a simple objective, but one we have taken through to international success. A.M. Sugar, Chairman and Managing Director. And here we go, got some details from Amstrad, all their addresses there. It's not always wise to put just Newcastle when it's in Staffordshire. You should put Newcastle under Lyme, because I once did a job for a company in Newcastle under Lyme, and they told me the story of some Japanese businessmen who were flying in to see the business. And they were coming to stay in the UK, so they made all their own arrangements because they're going across all their suppliers. And they thought, we'll fly to Newcastle. So they did. And, they needed to be in Newcastle in Staffordshire. So that wasn't good. And we got details of the French subsidiary there. And Amstrad's Hong Kong offices, 2 separate buildings. And, it looks impressive, but apparently one of them is basically in a textile factory. Someone Alan Sugar knew, apparently, according to the Amstrad book. And we've got the contents there. No computers so far. Alan Sugar founded Amstrad in 1968. His plan was straightforward: to find gaps in the consumer electronics market and fill them. He exploited state-of-the-art... Hang on, didn't he start selling car aerials? Exploited state-of-the-art technology to exclude superfluous components. Again, let's just ignore all the hi-fi stuff. The usual guff. From 1980 sales turnover virtually doubling every year, reaching 304 million for the year ending 30th of June 1986. Pre-tax profits for the same period were 75 million. And stuff about the 464... all this, all this stuff. All this stuff. And what have they done? Well, it's all background. That's some nice pictures of Alan. I don't think I can zoom. I can't zoom in on this view, can I? I wanted to look at nice pictures of Alan. There we go. Alan getting some awards. Sultan's Maze. Some hi-fi stuff. Headlines. Details about the purchase of Sinclair. Some weird-ass pictures there. At the launch of the PC 1512. What's going on? Is it the Pet Shop Boys? Who knows? Who knows? Alan Sugar getting an award from what looks like Shaw Taylor. That's not Shaw Taylor. And then we get some graphs that show us the turnover, which is impressive. Look, from 1980 up to 84, kind of, look from 84, 85, 86, how much the computers are bringing in. 86, you've got the CPC coming in. And then you've got not just the CPC, but the PCW suddenly, and coming in there as well. And the probably not They said June, didn't they? 86. So the PCs aren't out or available yet. So the PC figures really aren't figuring in there. And then the profit as well. Look at that. I mean, that's a massive jump in profit from 20 million to 75 million nearly in 86. And I wonder if that's because they're getting savings in volume. Because you've got, your costs come down the more you order of something. So you're using the same kind of RAM chips, same processors, a lot of the same components. Is it because Amstrad are not just selling more, but actually, if you look, it's becoming more profitable as well. If you look at the turnover, 85 to 86, and then that jump in the profit. And this is also the turnover by geographical destination, where they're selling to. So 83, 84. And suddenly 85, 86, and that's got to be computers. And a lot of that is going to be France. And Spain as well, actually, but a lot of it France, Spain, and then kind of Germany as well. I mean, again, look how much is going to... And they're getting some into Europe and Asia as well. Not Europe, the USA and Asia. You don't really hear much... Well, you hear a bit about Amstrad's kind of foray into the USA, which didn't work out. Although, is the 86 figure there, all those 612.8s that Amstrad's and PCWs that Amstrad sold to Sears, that Sears basically tried to send back and couldn't because they're all kind of signed, and it was Sears' fault that they didn't sell, not Amstrad's. And a good investment if you had shares in Amstrad as well. Again, look at the earnings there and the market capitalisation. Huge. And here we have Team Amstrad. Oh. Now. This is Brentwoods. Top under 45s, 5-a-side team. 1986. I mean, okay, I've got... it's the photographer having a laugh here because he's bookended these two here who look like brothers, but no, they're not. Let's zoom out very slightly so you can see their names. See, look, Simon Angel and Mark Simons. Both, one's got Simon as the first name, the other one's got Simons as the second name. They look... Oh. And it's like they're kind of like bad Alan Sugar impersonators. Oh. Just... I mean... Does Alan think, yes, I'm going to employ those guys because they look like me? We've got Barry Young there giving off serious Swiss Tony vibes. Oh... So their computer is very much like making love to a beautiful woman. Oh. And then we've got... is that Bob Watkins? It is Bob Watkins there, but we've got Ken Ashcroft over there, who basically looks like Bob Watkins with glasses. Oh dear. Yeah, Jim Rice there, looking like he's the manager of a Division 1 football team. That's Roland Perry up there, looking like a normal person. just not like a Alan Sugar clone or a clone of someone else in Amstrad. Here at Amstrad, what we like are people who are good in business and who look like an existing employee. He looks quite cross. That chap there. That's Richard Artweiss. Yeah, it is. Richard Artweiss, the Sinclair guy. He's just come over from Sinclair to work at Amstrad. Yeah, so that's Amstrad Marketing Today. They've won an award for marketing 1986. It looks like a big circle. Some more stuff here about what their mission is. And this is the adverts of the year. How much Amstrad is spending. Oh, I can't. No, don't do that. So they've spent £15 million on media spending. I assume that's UK. So home computing excluding Sinclair. If you mean CPC, say CPC. Right? Home computing excluding Sinclair is the CPC. Right? So you've spent about, what, 4 million, 3.8 million, something like that, on selling the CPC. Word processors, about the same, actually slightly less. New Sinclair, so they're spending about the same on the, actually slightly less on the Spectrum than the CPC. VCRs, about the same as the Spectrum. Audio, that'd be hi-fis. Compact disc, I don't know why that's not in audio, but compact disc and new and exciting. And new product. Well, what, that could be anything. Or something they don't want to announce yet. I don't know. And we got all the... Oh, I've clicked on the... all the adverts for the year. Or the some from the... Right, okay, the Realm ones there are for TV, presumably. Or the TV screen ones. The other ones are going to be print. Yeah, they're all print ones there. I mean, what that one there is on the left. Oh, it's a TV one. Okay. Amstrad Research and Development. Switch it up. Nice looking at a oscilloscope. There. Looking very exciting. And here we've got... What are we looking at there? Is that a... Okay, what... Is that the new PC motherboard? Intel... Oh, God, they've covered over the chips, annoyingly. This is the PC 1512 mother... So I should be looking at the foreground, but I've suddenly seen the circuit board and gone, ooh, what's this? And I think it's the 1512 motherboard. It's all going to be RAM, bottom left-hand side, isn't it? By the looks of it. Although we've got NEC chips there, and... Anyway, let's look at the foreground here. We've got that Bob Watkins with a lady doing some design work on a new computer there, all done by hand in those days, with pens. I remember those draft... But you don't see those anymore, do you? I remember going to offices and seeing the drafting boards and things. Anyone still have those? Architects, just for fun, to look at stuff when you print it out on your big printer, or is it all on computers now? Yeah, so the big giveaway there is the copyright 1986. Yeah, that's got to be the 1512. A load of stuff about technology. We designed it all in Brentwood and Hong Kong, blah, blah, blah. Here's the products. Looks like a window of Dixon's in 1986. Because, of course, Amstrad dominated this stuff, didn't they? Hi-Fis there. Amstrad's still got a few more years in the hi-fi sector with their infamously crackly volume controls. The old Mug's Eiffel, as Alan Sugar always referred to having all the features on the front. But you've got a green screen 464 there, a colour 6128 running Sorcery Plus. That's a PCW. You can't see which 8256. 8512. 8512 there. Copies of Oh Mummy there. Spectrum Plus 2. Plus 3 won't be out yet. PC 1512. Right out front. There's an 8256 there. With its printer. The Amstrad modem. The Amstrad Nightingale modem. A very good modem. Made by Pace. But Amstrad decided they didn't want to make their own modem for the home computers, primarily the CPC. So, we've got 2 disk drives there as well. Look at that. 2 disk drives in the CPC. Yeah, Amstrad basically went, right, okay, look, we don't want to get into the whole certifying a modem thing, because you'd have to go to British Telecom and get it certified. It's all tedious and expensive. So they just went to Pace and said, look, can you sell us a modem, and then we're to sell it as Amstrad, an Amstrad modem, and you can have a little Pace logo on the front as well. So I think it's got Nightingale. Yeah, I think you can just see there. I think it says Nightingale by Pace on the front with the big Amstrad logo there. But apparently they were really, really good modems. Again, this kind of myth Amstrad sold crap. That actually, no. I mean, those hi-fis are going to be crap. I mean, you get a lot of features for your money. Don't get me wrong. And if you're a kid in your bedroom and you've got an Amstrad hi-fi with a twin tape deck, that's fine for a couple of years. I mean, they're crap, but they're good enough. But then again, that stereo there is going to be absolute dross. You know it. But it's all about the mug's eyeful. It's about doing something cheap and cheerful that looks like it's got all the features. And indeed, it can do a job. But it's not going to be your Sony, your Sanyo, what have you. I've got a nice sharp unit up in my filing cabinet up there. The red one you saw on the channel 2 years ago. It's a lovely, lovely thing. It kicked the backside of that Amstrad Ghetto Blaster there. But although the Amstrad's got a CD player in the top, so again, probably, I bet you anything, that was the cheapest kind of CD Ghetto Blaster you could buy. Or certainly the most features for a CD Ghetto Blaster for that price. Because that's what Amstrad did. And yeah, a break after the warranty period just expired, the sound won't be great, but it gives you all those features. We've got some new bits on the products here. So we've got 1512's the biggest thing. The idea that Amstrad might challenge IBM with a business microcomputer might have seemed ludicrous to many experts a few months ago, but the exceptional success of the 8256 word processor have prompted much rethinking. We're sure that the sensational new PC 1512 will be widely tipped by the City analysts as a huge winner. And then it gives a few details about the 512k memory. Over 1 million Amstrad computers have been built and sold. And that's not bad. Amstrad have been in the computer business for 2 years. And they've sold 1 million computers already. And they've got the new ZX Spectrum Plus 2 is Amstrad's own version of the former Sinclair computer. This has been redesigned from the inside out and is now of a high quality, is easier to use and represents better value for money. I suppose having a tape deck makes it easier to use. The rest of the computer is pretty much a 128K Spectrum. 8256 stuff there. Yeah, going big on the PC because this is going to be the absolutely biggest thing for Amstrad. And there is a window of Dixon's, hooray! Wow. So, I mean, look at all this stuff in this window is Amstrad, effectively. Okay, they've got the QL there and a cheap printer there. But even that 128 up there, that's probably one of the ones Amstrad offloaded onto Dixon's. Because remember, Amstrad bought all of the Spectrums in the production chain as of whenever it was end of March 86. And then got them all assembled and sold them to Dixon's at cost. So pretty much anything in Dixon's window at this time. And that Spectrum over there is effectively an Amstrad. Because Amstrad, they're sold by Amstrad to Dixon's. So, yeah, really, everything's Amstrad. There's got some Amsoft discs up there. Blank discs. Okay, printer. I can't see what the printer that is. Oh, I'd love a disc box. It is a 3-inch. Oh, I'd love a disc box. It was just 3 inches for 3-inch discs. That'd be brilliant. Okay, the TV's not Amstrad, I don't think. I wouldn't know. And then we've got some independent dealers down there with Amstrads and Ultimate, Ryman. Can't see what that is. Down there. Ultimate, is that a really bad logo? Is it Ultimate 7? No idea. Yeah, Ryman used to sell PCWs. The stationers. Amstrad's head office is in Brentwood, Essex, where a headquarters staff of 100 coordinates the company's operations throughout the world. And Amstrad's 15,000 square foot factory site in 25 miles from Brentwood at Shoeburyness assembles audio units and compact disc models. And the most important thing about the factory at Shoebury-Ness is it's where the boat comes in from Korea, and Alan stocks all his computers and things in there before they get shipped out. That's what's important about Shoebury-Ness. Huge site. And there we go. There's the you'll have seen that in The Apprentice, before The Apprentice. I think that's before the they did it all up at the front, because I think it gets a revamp a bit after this. But there's Alan's Rolls Royce parked up in reception on the paving. Got to be careful driving your heavy old Rolls Royce over that paving. You'll crack the paving slabs. Oh, there's the warehouse. See, it's a big. Look at that, how big it is. That's, I mean, okay, I've been to bigger places. That place in Newcastle under Lyme, huge logistics warehouse I went to. But this one's still, by 1986 standards, massive. And that looks like they've built that bit at the end fairly new. Because you can see the tarmac there hasn't kind of gone lighter yet. And all the containers parked up outside, you can see there. The stock would have come in containers. Perhaps they couldn't unload them. I assume they have a loading bay on there, because usually you've got a loading bay and your lorry reverses in with a container on it, but they may have just dumped the containers in the kind of car park there. But yeah, big old place. That's Alan Sugar's secretary, Joyce. Possibly, with her namesake computer. But yeah, oh, look at those CD units in that Amstrad warehouse in the background. It's Amstrad Shenmue. Yes, you could get a job in the Amstrad warehouse. I mean, shouldn't he have some kind of high-vis and things on there, just leaning around the corner there? But yeah, there he is with a load of PCW 8512s just held together with a bit of tape, because they've taken the plastic off presumably to make it look better for the photograph, because you'd think they'd probably be shrink wrapped. So yeah, it's quite a lot of money's worth of computer if they all topple off. But I'm sure that's done just for photographic effect, and all the kind of, they've kind of shot it in such a way it all looks very moody, like kind of a Death Wish film or something. And here's Amstrad talking about their deal with Schneider, which still has 2 years before it goes sour. And the country's Amstrad equipment is currently on sale in. So where's it? Oh, so I'm going to in Singapore. So I'm trying to get this Asian market in my head, because I've never really associated Amstrad with selling stuff in Asia. But with Brunei counts, they probably might have Indonesia bundled it in. Sri Lanka. Yeah. Selling stuff into Africa, Zambia. So it's going all over the place. And that Indoscomp there. That's a good looking shop. With that Indoscomp. Of course, Indoscomp eventually becomes Amstrad Spain. And the most important foreign market to Amstrad, France. There. Marion I'm not. Apologies to any French viewers. Marion Venier, the lady in charge of Amstrad France. And then details about the Hong Kong office there. It's how Amstrad gets stuff out to the world. I mean, this looks... That's Australia. Is that Australia there? Because it's something about the Hidney Harbour yacht race. Amstrad USA, which is probably just a rooms. Yeah, just. Alan, can you smile? Alan, can you? Is it the best you can do, Alan? I mean, he looks like a man who's just been caught on the toilet. Oh, sorry. I had no idea you were in there, mate. Although, didn't Alan Sugar once say that never be photographed smiling? Because if you photograph smiling, when there's bad news about the company, the press will put that next to the news story. So perhaps this is as close as Alan can get to actually smiling. We now have an extremely sound base to work from, not simply in financial terms, but also in respect of management quality and international marketing structure. We have proved we can recognise what the market wants and how much it will pay. We're among the top 10 most profitable companies in the UK. Our objective is to mirror this performance internationally. Signed, Alan Sugar. And then we have a picture of a sad child. Quite why? I have no idea. I assume that's probably one of Alan Sugar's kids or something, because it'd be cheaper than actually hiring a model in. How bizarre. And then we go back to this really kind of quite naff kind of cover it's got, which doesn't show any kind of computers or whatever. Designed and produced by Alan Burrows Limited in Essex, in association with Michael Joyce Consultants, which is Nick Hewer's company, of course. So yeah, that's the Amstrad Corporate Brochure 1986. Lots of interesting things, and then you can see how they're going to become so big by 88, which is kind of the peak year of Amstrad. But thank you for watching this. If you're not subscribing to ChinnyVision 2, please do, because we need to get the sub numbers up so I can get the adverts off the channel. And yes, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.